Coach King. My name is Gall. I am the assistant strength coach, moved into an assistant strength coach role here at Northern State. Have been a graduate assistant here for the last 2 years. Great experiences here, also looking to move on. This is my introduction to you and also an introduction to all the coaches and athletes there at Emory University. I hope to see you guys soon. All right, Coach King, the first exercise that I'm going to introduce to you here, I want to go from a hang clean. I'm actually going to do a hang clean and I'll do a clean from the ground. The first one I will start with will be a hang clean. I will demonstrate first and then I will introduce one of my athletes here at Northern. And then once he completes the lift, I'll go through all the flaws, techniques, everything that we look at here at Northern and in the strength and conditioning world. That was my hang clean in a power catch position. I'm going to do this next one here with a full catch squat from the hang clean. Now, Coach King, I'll have Donnie come in here, Donnie Bowden, wrestler here at Northern State, and demonstrate both hang clean in a power position and a hang clean with a full catch squat. Biggest thing on our cleans, what we like to do it here at Northern, one of my biggest philosophies as a coach, is I like to start out athletes, especially a raw athlete, with a hang clean. One thing we do, we will progress from the hips to the mid-thigh, above the knee, below the knee, try to work the lift all the way down to the ground. Some of the biggest flaws that we do see, one of the ones that we've noticed here in the past over the spring semester is athletes not leading the actual exercise with their hips. Athletes will tend to come to the bar, lead the exercise with their toes, and then try to extend their hips. What we try to do in our warm-ups is really have athletes pop that bar off the mid-thigh, lead the movement with their hips, come up to the toes, and then land in a hips flex position. Second biggest thing we always see with athletes, you get the movement here, you get a reverse curl motion. The elbows don't stay above the bar. Or in our case, the elbows don't lead the bar. What we're looking for is that bar to pop, the elbows lead the bar up until they can't get any higher, and when the hips flex, we want to shoot back underneath that barbell. Third area is the elbows themselves. Many athletes, we have a lot of problems, athletes will catch the bar like this. What we like to do here, we like to do a lot of wrist exercises, stretching them out, getting them used to the elbow coming right underneath the bar so we can land and catch that bar in a high elbow position. That way it'll keep our chest big. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you a full clean from the ground. Just like the hang clean, I'm going to do this in a power catch position, and I'll do this also in a full catch position. And then once Donnie comes up, I will explain from start to finish. We'll kind of break down the first pull, second pull, catch, etc. Now we'll have Donnie come up, demonstrate the clean from full clean in a power catch position. Now he will go full clean. He's going to catch this last one in a full depth squat, full catch. Good. Now, Coach King, we're going to have Donnie here. I'm going to set him up. I'm going to break everything down for you, kind of give you a little in-depth from the start position into our first pull, second pull, catch position, etc. Go through some of the flaws here as well. First, we're going to have Donnie come right up to the bar. He's going to get into the start position as if you were starting a full clean. What we want to do, we want to have that barbell nice and tight to those shins. About an inch away. Even let the athletes get away with touching, rubbing that bar against the shins. Hand placement is always right outside the legs. Where we got Donnie here, he's good. His chest is up. We got our weight back. Weight's more on our heels. We're not leaning forward on our toes. Leaning forward on our toes, one of the biggest things we see with athletes here at Northern, I'm probably sure you see it too, is when athletes are going to go into a start position, they're going to kick their hips up first, get that flat back, and then that's how they pull the bar off the ground. That's obviously something that we do not want. So Donnie's back in the start position here, weight's back, we're going to pull that bar straight up off the ground into our first pull. Just like so. Drop it down for me. Now we're going to go start position. I'm going to give you the first pull. We're going to go first pull, transition into the second pull. I want to show you the difference in pulling it off the ground opposed to jerking it off the ground, and then once we get above the knee, ripping into that second pull. What we want to really emphasize is the good position we had, and the athlete must realize when he's going to pull this bar off the ground, he's not trying to rip that bar up. That first pull is going to be nice and slow. Nice and slow up, good until he's above the knee. Drop it. Now, I'm going to take these weights off for now just to demonstrate this better. Now we're going to go again with that slow first pull, and then we're going to show the difference. We want to see the difference with our athletes. We want to see the difference between a slow first pull, and then once Donnie's going to get above the knees here, he's going to rip into a second pull and just give me a shrug and getting up on the toes. So we're slow off the start, second pull, rip up high, perfect position right there. What we saw from him, and what I explained with the hang clean, we saw the hips come out with that shrug. His hips came out. His hips led those toes off the ground. That's exactly what we want. Now we're going to go down again, start position. He's going to go from a first pull nice and slow, then he's going to get fast above the knee, and we're going to work on just a high pull. We're going to keep those elbows above the bar. Elbows are going to lead that bar up in the air. First pull slow, ripping up, hips out, perfect right there. You saw elbows leading the bar. It wasn't a reverse curl. Now we're going to finish everything right here. I'm going to finish everything. I don't know how much tape I have on there, so I want to try to get this in quick. We're going to go first pull, into a second pull, elbows high, and then Donnie's going to immediately flex the hips, bring the body back underneath the barbell, finish with a good high elbow catch. Here we go. Slow, up, and ripping through. This is one of the warm-ups that we will do. We'll do the shrugs with our athletes. We'll actually do a full clean into a front squat with our athletes. Like I said, the three biggest problems that we do come across is an athlete leaning too far forward, an athlete not extending their hips first, trying to lead with their toes, and then getting hip extension. We want to bring that movement out, extend the hips, up, flex the hips on our catch with a high elbow catch. Keeping our weight back on the heels at all times during that catch. That's it for the hang clean and clean. Coach, next we will be moving on to the back squat.